Yo, what's going on, guys, and welcome back. Today we are doing another quick 10-minute tutorial. Basically today I'm going to show you guys where a treasure trove of information is that a lot of people miss. This is super easy. It's technically OSINT. It's just passive reconnaissance. That's all we're going to do here. And we're only going to check two sources, and we're going to probably gather a ton of targets. So the first thing, before I start, guys, if you guys like this content, if you guys like my channel, we just hit 5K subs. Thank you so much. We are actually doing a super long live stream tonight, and we're also doing some giveaways, and we have holiday events coming up. So make sure you check out the Discord. Make sure you check out the Patreon for the additional notes and the one-on-ones and everything like that. Also, hit that sub button. Hit that sub button and that like button for me. All right, let's get into it. So first things. DNS. DNS is a treasure trove of information. Now, a lot of people, when they first start out, they hear about DNS zone transfers and stuff like that. Those don't really work that often anymore. DNS has kind of been hardened in a sense to not allow zone transfers to external parties. So it's not super common that you'll get a zone transfer successfully, but sometimes you will. So still try them. But so what we're going to do is we're going to go over, first off, what is DNS? And when I say what is DNS, I mean, what do the records mean? Because it's important that you know. And then I'm going to show you guys two sites that you can use to gather basically a boatload of information inside a network. Now, that means DNS information, host names, server names, all that stuff, without ever stepping foot inside the network, without ever touching that network, and without ever actually doing any scanning on that network. This will help you map out that network, and also generally, based on the names of the servers, you can probably guess what they have on those servers, and therefore you can start building out attacks. So this is a huge benefit. All right, first, we're going to cover A records. This is what you're going to see most often. An A record is an address record. It just points a domain to an IP address. So we're going to use try hack me today. So try hack me to this IP address, right? It just says, hey, when you go try hack me, go to this IP address. That's it. A record, super simple, right? Now, CNAME is a little bit different. It takes something like www.example.com or www.tryhackme.com and points it to tryhackme.com. This is all dependent on what the actual domain is registered as. So there may be www, maybe www. Like Facebook, probably if you go to facebook.org, it probably takes you just to facebook.com. That would be a CNAME that just reroutes you. Now, an MX entry, this is mail exchanger. So this directs emails to a particular mail server. So this is their mail server. So that's pretty simple. Text records, these can be anything that the DNS admins need it to be. They can have it be additional hosts. They can have it old hosts. They can have whatever they want. You can see it's originally intended for human readable text. These records are dynamic, can be for several purposes. Yeah, so they're just text records that you can put anything you want there. SRV records is a service record, points one domain to another domain. Pretty self-explanatory. If you have domain A and domain B and they're supposed to talk to each other, whatever, you have to be able to know who's where. So there you go. Now, the 4A records is similar to an A record, except for IPv6. So if you do have IPv6 in the network, you're going to get these quadruple A records. All right, that's good enough for now. There's actually more records, but that's the bare gist of it. Okay, so DNSdumpster. This is the #1 tool I recommend. Now, I will tell you, this tool is free up to, I think it's like 100 times or something like that. I don't know the exact thing, but we're going to just do tryhackme.com for now, and we're going to search. And what DNSdumpster does is it actually has sensors out on the internet, and it's monitoring DNS traffic. So think about it this way. Your internal DNS should theoretically not reach out to external sources to gather, or external DNS to get information, right? Or I say that wrong. I apologize. It should, but what I'm saying is your internal DNS should never share that information outside the network, right? So if you have a server called NS1 for your name server 1, or if you have a server called domain controller 1, whatever, you should not have that information public, because that's an internal resource, meaning it should only be internal, right? Nobody from the outside should be able to get in without a VPN or proxy or however you want to do it. But what happens is people may not know they're not on your VPN or something, and then they search for server1 at tryhackme.com, right? Well, now that DNS request is sent out there, sites like DNSdumpster capture it because you send it out to a public domain. So now it knows there's free information here. So we search it, and you can see, look at this. Look at how many sources we get just from one search. So we have, here's your MX records, here's your text records, here's your DNS servers. So and this is not a lot of information comparatively, but TryHackMe is a hacking site, so I'm sure it's normal. And then look, it actually builds out a mind map for you. That's incredible. So you can see that this is actually going to be a ton, and you can download an XLS of the host. You can view the graph, and this is a ton of information for you. So this already, you're building a map of their network, and you have not touched their network. So this is a huge asset for OSINT. And then the next one I'm going to show you is crt.sh. So if you guys don't know, crt.sh is a cert tracker. So everybody with a public site has to have public certificates, and anybody that even has internal sites, if they have them basically HTTPS, they have to have a certificate that's certificate authority has approved. So what that means is it has to be public. So when they register that cert, they put it in here, and they don't go to cert.sh. They have many vendors and everything like that, but you can use that because each cert is actually aligned to a web server, a host, whatever it is. So we can say tryhackme.com, and we can search it and look at all these certs they've registered. Now, what's this tell us? Look at all these hosts. Now, you notice they're doing a lot of wildcard certs. That's a good way to cover this, but the problem is with wildcard certs, it means that it's technical. It's got nothing to do with the actual hacking portion. It's got more to do with the back end stuff. But you can see, like, if you didn't know, they have a remote.tryhackme site. You probably didn't even know that, right? Like, why would we know that? That's not part of their advertised site. The blog, yeah, we probably would have known that. You can see they have tryhackme.com and then www.tryhackme.com. Okay. But you can see they have a lot. Docs.tryhackme.com. I bet you didn't know they had that. Assets. All this. So these are all different web applications, sites stored. They're all things that they have hosted that may be internal, and you don't even know about it. And so you're scanning their network, and you're like, wait a minute, I never saw docs.tryhackme. I crawled their whole website. I never saw that. That could be an internal resource that they have that you don't even know about, and now you found it, right? And you can see they have expiration dates on them. So if they're expired, obviously they may be retired machines. They may not have a cert because it's internal, and the expired cert is actually still expired, and you can actually take advantage of that. So there's so much information here with just crt.sh and DNSdumpster. TryHackMe is a hacking site, so they probably scrub as much as they can of this stuff. They are an intelligent company. Keep in mind when you're doing bug bounties, pen tests, stuff like that, most companies don't know about this stuff. They don't realize that all their DNS traffic is being publicized. They don't realize that their certs are public, even though they're registering them with a certificate authority. So keep that stuff in mind. And this is a treasure. I mean, I'm telling you, you could do this on one website that for a bug bounty, and you're going to get probably 50 internal hosts between the two. And that means you already are starting to map out their internal network, and you've never touched their network. They don't even know you exist. So think of that. That's how cool this can actually be. So let me know if you guys like this. Let me know what you guys think. And hopefully this helped you guys just do a little bit of OSINT in a matter of 10 minutes. I mean, I did this in 9 minutes, and I was explaining it. So you could probably do this in a matter of 3 or 4 minutes and save the results, and now you have a host list. So thank you guys. Hope you guys have a great day and enjoy your weekend.